Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between MadFrog and SharkGSjoW. I'm just going to call them Shark for the rest of the match just because it's easier. So we have MadFrog spawning over here on the south side of Steps of War as the red Zerg player. Meanwhile, we have Shark spawning over here on the north side as the blue Terran. So this is going to be Terran versus Zerg here on Steps of War. Pretty interesting matchup. MadFrog, as we know, really likes to use Mutalisk. We'll see if he's going to be using Mutalisk. I've seen a lot of games where MadFrog went Mutalisk against Protoss. Protoss doesn't really have that many options against Mutalisk besides Storm, and then a Mutalisk with that very fast movement speed is able to move around and try to dodge those Storms pretty effectively. Back over here, we do see the 10 supply depot now being thrown down. You can go ahead and take a look at the production tab. Overlord currently being trained along with some more SCVs, and now this game will be underway as a drone now moves out across the map in order to get some scouting information on Shark, figuring out what exactly Shark's going to be doing. In the base of MadFrog, however, MadFrog sitting at 13/18. He may try to go for an early hatchery now. And before patch 1.1, I would not have suggested this for a Zerg player just because early Reaper bunker harassment was so strong. However, now that the Reaper time is an additional 4 or 5 game seconds, along with that bunker as well, it is much harder in order to even try to get that bunker placement. Down over here, we see this drone continuing to try to take down this SCV, may be able to get it, and down it goes. So we have a hero drone early in the game, and now this drone going to start harassing another SCV as well. I don't see an SCV maybe coming to this party a little bit late. Going to be pulled off. Is he going to get 2 zaps on it? No, not able to get 2 zaps on it in time as that drone is slowly regenerating some hit points. So you see that SCV currently chasing down that drone down to about 4 hit points right now, or 6 hit points, slowly regenerating those hit points. So that drone and will be able to, taking 1 zap there from that fusion cutter, and now going to go ahead and try to run back up here. Will not be able to distract or destroy this one particular drone, this one particular SCV, unless it tries to build a supply depot, which it may try to do, and that's going to be a little bit of a cat and mouse ring around this barracks over here, as this SCV is trying to perhaps just keep it in position, and now going after that drone. Finally, we do see a barracks currently training up a Marine. That Marine will be finished just in time. However, MadFrog now doing a little bit of a denial on that gas. Back over here, we do see a bunker currently being placed down by Shark. So Shark now throwing down a bunker. We do have, 6 drones now coming off in order to try to stop this bunker from being trained up and being produced. 1 Marine also making its way over as well. Drones trying to take down the SCV. Drones also dealing damage to that bunker. 1 Marine now over in time. I do not see any Zerglings currently being trained. No additional spawning pools. However, that bunker will get destroyed as that SCV has been taken down. However, another fresh SCV coming over in order to try to take down this bunker. Bunker down to 122 hit points. Now going after that SCV once again. Now going after that Marine. Marine's going to be able to jump inside there, and that's going to be very difficult in order for him to try to take it out. The second Marine now coming in to join in on this fight as well, and now this bunker is just going to burn to death. I think we do have no SCVs coming over, so that may be a little bit of an issue. 3 SCVs now trying to walk all the way across the map. However, Zergling's able to finish off that bunker and those Marines. And now this 1 Marine's going to walk straight into his death here, taking a couple quick slashes from those claws tearing apart that Marine. Now, taking a look back in the base over here, we do see 1 extractor currently up, but no gas being mined. Right as I say that, MadFrog goes ahead and transfers 3 drones onto that gas, and also getting a Roach Warren. So not going for that standard Mutalisk play. However, we do see a factory now coming in, and this SCV has been taken down, so this factory will be delayed once again. One Zergling getting taken down by this Marine. More of these SCVs now coming back over to try to repair and finish off this one particular factory. So this factory currently sitting here. Zergling's trying to test this front door. Once again, will not be able to do anything as this Marine firing safely from behind this 1 supply depot without any real issues. We do have the extractor still up over here for MadFrog, so MadFrog still is able to see a small portion of this base here and knows that Shark is unable to get any additional gas. So Zergling's still trying to do a little bit more pressure. We do see 1 Hellion currently being trained. The Zergling's unable to view any sight, and now the Marine trying to shoot at this 1 Zergling. Once again, more Marines coming around from behind, and as soon as 1 Zergling pops out, all these Zerglings would be forced to run back. However, we should see some Roaches now coming into play in just a moment. Roaches, 3 of them now being trained, as the Zerglings are going to get a quick surround onto this 1 Hellion. Hellion down and destroyed once again. So these Zerglings, however, very low on hit points, and we have more Marines sitting here. Nothing being trained right here. And now we do have an orbital or a command center currently being built. And these Zerglings may be able to do some sort of run by. Yeah, and it is going to be a run by into this base. Hellions need to be double trained. Those 4 Zerglings may be able to get some damage off. We do see some Marines sitting over here, so the Marines now trying to, just swarm and gather these Zerglings all together, and down it goes. We have 1 starport currently being built as well, and now throwing down a tech lab over here at this barracks. Most likely we should see a medevac currently being trained out of here, perhaps a medevac to do either a Hellion drop into the base, or for a Marine Hellion push. Back over here, however, we do have some roaches. So roaches now in play as well. No creep tumors coming in from MadFrog. A little bit curious. Never mind, MadFrog now currently getting 1 creep tumor here. So this creep tumor will be able to connect these 2 bases and allow these queens to move freely between these 2 hatcheries. Over here, we do see 2 Hellions. The Hellions have a range of 5 now and also deal 8 damage. So those roaches will be able to take down those Hellions as long as those Hellions are not microed. Roaches deal 16 damage per attack and are able to focus down that Hellion very, very easily if it boils down to it. Back over here into the base right now, Shark currently getting this orbital command up and running, getting up another barracks, and now transferring SCVs to try to get some saturation. Taking a look at the harvester count, we have 35 harvesters for MadFrog. So MadFrog with a very strong economic league. Taking a look at his resources, it does not look like he's trying to save up anything just quite yet, as we now have 1 medevac in the air. So with 4 Marines, it does not look like there's going to be any sort of dropship play, or sorry, medevac play at this time. We now see overlords starting to move out to try to give additional sight into the base or throughout the base of MadFrog. We do still have 1 overlord here, however quickly getting shot down by this Viking. So Viking now going to start going to hunt some overlords, and this most likely overlord will get shot down as well. So we do have 1 medevac sitting here. We have 2 Hellions, 2 Marauders, 1 Zergling going to have a very, very bad day as it takes some damage from those Hellions over there. And now this Viking now just moving out across the map, trying to find more overlords to kill. We'll find the second one, and now MadFrog will be forced to train up more and more overlords. However, we do have a Spire currently being built. So a Spire sitting at 37, 38, so only 60 more units a time, and now 4 Hellions going to be trying to push on through. Another one of MadFrog's overlords will be spotted. However, this 1 medevac over here, will it be able to drop? I do not see any additional units. No roaches coming in to try to reinforce this over here, as Marines and Marauders are now pushing. However, this medevac just stalling in mid-air and not really doing any sort of play. A Queen now going to come over, and the Queen now going to start putting a little bit of pressure on that medevac. Medevac being forced to pull back once again. Production wise, we currently see 24 Zerglings being trained, so we now see that MadFrog is going to go for transition into Mutiling. MadFrog currently sitting on 3 larvae, will be able to get a lot of Banelings, and we also see the Spire nearing completion as well. We should probably see a lot of Mutalisks being trained up in just a moment. There we go, 6 Mutalisks now being trained. 1 Overlord back over, medevac over there next to that Overlord, and we currently also have another Viking. That Viking's already killed 3 Overlords and on the hunt for more. So taking a look at this, we have 4 Overlords here. Will that Viking be able to shoot down any more Overlords out of the sky? 1 Overlord sitting here, another Overlord sitting here, but that's too well protected by Queens, as this Viking being forced to pull back and trying to regroup for another day. Taking a look at the harvester count, 40 versus 45. So Shark now with that economic lead, also with those mules, mining at almost 2,000 minerals a minute at this stage, and also throwing down some additional refineries. So we should probably see more production buildings being placed down. We currently have 4 racks with 1 factory, also training up Thors. We do see a good amount of Mutalisks now in the air. 8 Mutalisks going to start putting pressure over here. There is only 1 missile turret, and that 1 missile turret may get shot down very quickly. No, trying to pull back in time, and down in comes a Marine. So SCVs coming over to try to repair it, unable to, but the Marines with that stim pack able to push pressure onto these Mutalisks. Once again, one of those Mutalisks getting shot down, another one in the red. Most likely will get a transfusion as it flies home, looking for some Queen help. Back over here, we still see 1 Viking with 4 kills, and this 1 Mutalisk perhaps looking for more and more Vikings. So Viking versus a Mutalisk. This is only 1 Mutalisk versus 1 Viking, and now able to get off a lot of shots there. So in comes a Queen. Queen now dealing some damage towards that Viking. That poor Viking will get shot down very quickly. However, going to be able to scout out more and more information. As production-wise, we now get the level 1 weapons upgrade. Training up more Zerglings, and the centrifugal hooks have been researched as well. So it's going to be Mutiling, Baneling. 1 Thor now in position. So if that Thor comes in, it's going to be able to get some splash damage in, and another round of attack, dealing a lot of damage to that tightly grouped up bunch of Mutalisks there. So Hellions now moving around. Hellion able to see that there is an expansion there, I believe. Yeah, sees that there is expansion on this high ground. So MadFrog continuing to just try to train up more and more units. His army is sitting at 26 with a 1600 gas investment, which is very, very high. However, that's all just into that Mutalisk bunch right there. Marines and Thor should be able to shoot it down. We do see one missile turret will get destroyed by these Mutalisks as Marines trying to come in with Stim, perhaps going to be able to deal some damage towards those Mutalisks. Mutalisks now moving back to that north side. There is one missile turret there, and that is it. The Medivacs may get shot down by those Mutalisks. No, not going to get shot down. However, Thor quickly coming in as well. Roaches coming in. Banelings getting a lot of splash damage in on a lot of these units. Marines trying to reinforce once again, and a lot of damage being dealt. All of these Mutalisks being forced to pull back as when they're grouped up, those Thors are able to deal so much splash damage back and forth. So another missile turret finishing off another Mutalisk there, and now the army of MadFrog down to 650. So really well played by MadFrog so far. However, Shark doing an even better job using Marines, Thors, Vikings, in order to just put a lot of pressure. I haven't seen a single siege tank yet, so no siege tank or siege tech, just using these Thors, Marines in order to counter the Baneling roaches out of MadFrog. So MadFrog currently army-wise sitting at 1350. His unit combination does have 10 Mutalisks, so still has a decent amount of the Mutalisks in the air. Also has a lot of Banelings once again. So those Banelings, will they be enough? Currently sitting on, I believe, 13 Banelings, 12 in this group over here. Will they be able to just suicide into this group and deal enough damage? You got to remember that those Banelings only deal 20 damage towards those Thors, however, and that's before armor. So now going after some of the refinery here, perhaps trying to deny some gas, and those Thors able to move over and deal so much damage once again towards those Mutalisks. Mutalisks being forced to pull back. So this group of 9 Mutalisks needs to be healed up by these queens. However, nothing really being done about that. Back over here, we do see a command center nearing completion, and more barracks now being thrown down by Shark. So Shark trying to invest more heavily into this barracks and infantry army, as we have a couple Thors here, and now this army comes in, and we'll be able to catch a lot of these Marines in transition. Down they go. More Marines, and Thor is going to try to move over as well. Mutalisk is going to be very, very smart about this and decide to pull back at just the last moment. These Banelings do not have Burrow. If they had Burrow, I believe they could catch a lot of these units off guard. And now in come this. Are they going to be able to splash one very, very poor critter, taking some damage there, and down goes some even more of these units. However, MadFrog losing the majority of his army in this fight, and now Shark will be able to move out with 2 Thors, a lot of Marauders and Marines with 2 medevac, or 1 medevac as well, trying to fight back, trying to do a little bit of a push here. Down goes one of those Marauders. These Thors really need to start dealing damage towards these spine crawlers instead of those Overlords in the air. That one Overlord will not even get shot down as these Thors continue to move through. So really nicely done so far. Marines and Marauders trying to fight back against a swarm of Zerglings and Mutalisks. However, those Thors able to deal so much damage against the air, splashing so much damage. Transfusion trying to save some of those units, but I do not think MadFrog can take this game. But these Thors will be able to just finish off the rest of these couple units. No, I take it back. The Zerglings too much. We do have another swarm of Marines, Marauder, another group of Marines, Marauders, and Thor now coming back in. In the back of the base, we also see another drop. Very, very well timed in order to deal a lot of damage towards these drones over here, taking down 2 key tech buildings, taking down the medevac, and also taking down taking down the spawning pool and also the roach warren. We now see Marines and Marauders dropping in over here on the front side. So that's even this very, very highly mobile army able to move around the map so quickly. However, he was not able to deal with that front door and back door attack at the same time. So MadFrog saying the GG. Shark taking this game, one game in a series that I have between these two players. Shark playing really, really beautifully, timing that attack, timing that movement, and pushing out at just the right moment. Also getting the Marines and not investing too heavily into siege tanks after the siege tank nerf, or the siege tank balance, excuse me, here on the Terran. So this is part of patch 1.1. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this replay between MadFrog and Shark here on Steps of War.